Welcome back to the Shade Tree Parts Changer, the channel where I work on different vehicles and get them back up and running again. Today we're going to continue working on this 78 Chevy C20 that I bought brand new in 1978. I parked it 10 years ago and decided to get it back up and running again. Today we're going to work on transmission linkage, loose exhaust pipe bolts, some frame damage, and wiring in some new taillights. Okay, on this linkage here, it'll barely go into park, and if you're on much of a hill, the parking pole just jumps out and it takes off rolling. So we're going to adjust the linkage here on the rod so that it will engage it in the parking pin in better. Loosen that up. Okay, there we've got it moved a little bit, and we'll see what that does. And on this exhaust pipe here, it's got a little bit of wiggle here, and I'm going to tighten up these. There's 3 nuts here that holds this exhaust clamp onto the manifold, and it's just too tight to get the camera in here, but I'll get those tightened up and then move to the next project. Okay, I got those snugged up, and you cannot move the exhaust pipe now. I don't know why one side rusted and not the other, but this is what the frame and axle stop should look like. And this is what the other side looks like. So we're going to work on that, try to get the worst of it out of there. Okay, that frame is, the flange is so compromised there. I'm going to cut the rivets off and put in a new plate on top there to help strengthen it. Now I'll cut these rivets out of the axle stop. And now I'll put this rubber stop back up in here. Okay, I'm going to bolt this back on, even though rivets would be better. I'm going to use Loctite on the bolt threads, and then use shouldered nuts to tighten it down. Okay, I'm going to clean this up with a wire brush, and I'm going to weld a plate on top here to help strengthen that. Okay, I'm going to cut it to length and then clean it up. Okay, I'm going to cut these wires. This here is the ground wire that goes to the light. Right here it's connected. Ground goes into the pigtail and it's grounded to the frame, runs to each light. These three wires here are the stop turn, the tail light, and the reverse light. So I'm going to cut these and use test light to identify which one is which. The nuts on the carriage bolts that held the board on were seized with rust, so I used a torch to heat them up and get them off. I have a pile of treated lumber here that I'm going to make the bed out of, so I'll get one board to fasten the taillights to. Set the chop saw length to 90 inches. Okay, first I square up the end. And then cut it off at 90. Board in here, set it on, and then use the tape measure to get it centered. Okay, I have a 1/2 inch drill bit here. I'll drill through the holes in the angle iron and bolt this board into place. Marking it on here with a pencil where to drill. Okay, to connect the wires, I have these solder seal connectors. They've got solder inside and the plastic shrink plastic that seals moisture out. And I use a heat gun to seal this connection. My speaker quit and I didn't know it, but this is the final result of working on the lights. That's all I'm going to do for today. We'll continue next weekend. I need to check the rear end oil and probably change it, and also continue putting the bed on.